Hi, I'm Demetria Smith for Texas Governor as a write-in candidate in Houston. I am based in Houston, Texas. If you have not heard about Demetria Smith, I am now making this video so people can know that they have a new option and another option in Texas. I was previously on the primary ballot for March the 6th, but they bumped me off the ballot due to a bounce check of mine that they claim. But they notified me 28 days later. They did not notify me right away. So I had no idea, in the course of my days, what's going in and out my account and when they submitted the check. However, when I received a phone call from the Texas Democrat Party and said they was removing me off of the ballot, I asked them if I can cure that check via debit card right then and there with a phone. So they told me it was too late and they hung up in my face. So since it was too late to cure that problem that I had no idea of, it was also too late for them to remove me off the ballot as well, per the election code. So they violated the election code. So you cannot remove a candidate off the ballot unless they have to be removed by a judge. So a judge did not remove me off the ballot because I was eligible. They said I was ineligible. No, I was eligible the whole time. What they were supposed to have, they were supposed to reject my application, not deem me to be ineligible. So you will see some bad press out there under my name, Demetria Smith, and it's going to say I was ineligible to run in the primaries. I never was ineligible. They rejected my candidacy. So now what they cannot do is reject me going into the November race. So although they may have moved me off the ballot, they did not move me off the fight. They did not move me out the race. So I'm still eligible, qualified candidate to run, but I'll be running as a write-in candidate since I could not participate in the primary. So the law requires that if I wish to continue to participate, I can do so as a write-in candidate. So now I'm still in the fight, but you will have to, again, write my name in. So if you're a senior and you're not going to be able to go to the polls and you can't make it to the polls, what's going to happen is you will receive a mail-in ballot. So when you receive those mail-in ballot, you will see write-in. So you will physically have to write my name in on that ballot before you mail it out to cast your vote. But so now what brought me into this race? What brought me into the race is all of the police killings. All the police killings across America in black neighborhoods. So that disturbed me. That disturbed me to my heart because I do too. I have black sons, just like you have black sons. I have a black husband, just like you all have a black husband. So with that being said, we have to protect the minorities. So we have to hold elected officials accountable, other elected officials accountable, and we have to stop the police killings. It's not just shootings. They're killing us. They're killing our black men. They're killing our black sons. So we have to stop that. So the only way we can stop that if we enforce laws, which means you have three branches of government. You have the judicial branch. Those are the courts, judges. They interpret the laws. You have the legislative branch. These are lawmakers, your congress people, your House of Representatives, senators, your congressmen, congresswomen. These are your lawmakers, state lawmakers and federal lawmakers, okay? And then you have the executive branch. So the executive branch is the White House. The executive branch is the Attorney General. I'm giving you a few examples. The executive branch is also, I was reading the email, also the Texas governor or any state governor that you live in. These are part of the executive branch. So what does the executive branch do? Again, they enforce laws. So since the executive branch is the one that enforces laws, then guess what? Demetria Smith opted into the race. I threw my hat in and say I'm coming in because somebody have to hold these police officers accountable, police department accountable, and we have to look into the training. What kind of training are these police officers getting? How are they classifying Black America? Are we classified as being targets? Are we classified as just being dogs, animals? What are we classified as when they look at us in our faces when they ride into our communities. And why is it so many European officers, let me go ahead and get it right, white officers in the black communities? That poses a problem. If you are too afraid of your life, then you shouldn't be patrolling in our community at all. If you're too afraid of your life, you should not actually be opting in for the job, period, if you're too afraid for your life. So I am tired of the self-defense laws that they use for themselves. Well, those self-defense laws is applicable to everybody. It's applicable to me too, which means if they draw their gun, the citizen have the right to draw theirs too at the same time. So you cannot sit here and well, the cops, the police department, you know, they send out their orders to these officers. These officers are going by the commands of the lieutenant, of the chief, the sergeant, you know, the captain. They're going off their commands because they have arrested. They have numbers they have to meet. They have arrest quotas, which they know they're not supposed to have that. But they have so many arrests that they have to bring in, convictions, things of that nature. But they have to go and target the lowest hanging fruit. The lowest hanging fruit is the black and brown folks. Okay, because they already know when they come into our communities, what happens? You don't have money to afford an attorney. And then you're going to be intimidated to comply with them anyway. And if you're not complying with them, then guess what? Then they are going to intimidate you anyway to make you fight them back or get mad and get an attitude so they can have a reason to say, I had to pull my gun or I had to beat him because, you know, he didn't disobey me. He didn't obey me. So we don't want these kind of cops roaming in our community at all. Now, don't get it mistaken. I am a candidate for all people, but the issues right now have to be highlighted. And the issue right now is the police killings. The issues right now is CPS taking away our babies, separating our families. These are the issue as we don't have equality in terms of fair housing. The issue is we do not have equality in terms of jobs. We don't have equality in terms of investment when we want to open up our own business. So those are the issues that need to be highlighted. So therefore, I am a candidate that's highlighting those issues. So you can visit me at my website. If you want to know a little bit more about my candidacy, you can go to www.smithforgov.com. That is www.smith4gov.com. If you want to know a little bit more about my candidacy, a little bit more about my position on things. So I call myself the constitutional candidate. Why do I call myself the constitutional candidate? Because there is freedom in the Constitution, meaning your Fourth Amendment right should not be violated. That means you should be secure in your person. You should be secured in your property. You should be secured in your papers. That means can't nobody demand nothing from you and seize you to where you cannot move. And cops do this all of the time. So if they want to seize you, they need to have arrest warrant signed off by the magistrate. So with that being said, look me up, Demetria Smith for Texas Governor.